new on-demand shuttle service called Ryde is offering free rides to Third Ward residents to provide more accessibility to transportation in the area. The company is working with the nonprofit Evolve Houston and District D Council member Carolyn Evans-Shabazz for this initiative. Carolyn is back to talk with us about this. No technical difficulties this time, Carolyn.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Difficulty, and we can see you.
Well, better. I tell you, my camera just didn't want to cooperate.
Right.
And what's the good of having a TV interview and nobody can see you, right?
Well, fingers crossed we can continue to see you for this. Tell us all about this new Ryde possibility.
You know, I don't know if I'm hearing your questions clearly. Could you repeat that?
Yes. Tell us more about this partnership.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'm so excited about it because actually one of my high school classmates, who's one of my very supportive constituents for District D efforts, and her husband brought this to my attention. And I was so excited about it because I know that 1 out of 3 households in the Third Ward do not have transportation. And so certainly helping them to be able to access venues such as HEB, where they can get nutritious food, because, you know, we always hear about food deserts and such. This really helps them to navigate to those places. But certainly to have this opportunity and to have this partnership is just fantastic.
Carolyn, how can Third Ward residents go about requesting this free service?
Well, actually, they would download an app. I think it's called what's called Ryde Circuit app.
Yeah.
And then from that, they would use that, and then they would be able to access the service. And so it's not just to go to HEB, it's any of the areas around the Third Ward that they can access within the confines. But certainly I want to just emphasize that this is a pilot. This is not something that we just want to keep in Third Ward. We want to be able to move it to other areas. But certainly we need to see how successful it's going to be in one area, and this area is Third Ward right now. But just really, really excited about it. It's been expanded to 12 weeks originally. I think it may have been 4. And then we were able to put in $50,000 to be able to expand it so that it could also include the University of Houston Health Center. And that's very important, so that people can access health care.
Are there restrictions on where people can go while taking advantage of the service?
Well, actually, they can go to any of the places within the Third Ward community.
Okay.
And so we just want to, you know, let people know that I think they have to be over 18, and Jesse's on here. But at one point I was thinking it was for seniors, but it's not. In fact, one of the testimonies that Jesse can give is regarding a single mother who needed to get to the grocery store. And so we're just very, very excited. And I'm so very honored and proud to be a part of this. And I really thank Jesse, you know, Ryde, Evolve, everyone that has been a part of this project, because I think it's going to be successful. And we're going to try to get it past 12 weeks, actually, trying to get funding, perhaps with Metro, if anybody's listening, to see if they can help us to not only expand this area, but to be able to navigate into other parts of District D, what I call the district of destination, right? So I want people to be able to get to those destination venues.
And the only requirement here, Carolyn, is that people who want to take advantage of Ryde lives within Third Ward.
Right. Now, they don't necessarily have to live in Third Ward, but they do have to physically be in Third Ward.
And wanting and needing to go to a place within Third Ward, too. It has to stay within Third Ward. Yeah,
they have to stay within Third Ward. Let Jesse go on and tell you. He's the man, the guru of this. And so certainly we need to hear from him.
Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. Why don't you tell folks where you're from, who you're with?
So I apologize. You're coming in a little fuzzy on my end as well. Can you go ahead and repeat that?
All the technical difficulties on this Tuesday, right? Why don't you just tell folks who you're with?
So my name is Jesse Landry. I'm the co-founder of Ryde. So we're the operator of this project. We run the on-demand on-demand service, and then we own and operate the vehicles that we're running. It was a great introduction by Mr. Shabazz. I appreciate it. And I'll just kind of touch base on what we're doing there. And as far as ridership goes, I mean, I've actually been driving a few times this week and meeting our passengers and getting feedback, because one of our main goals is working in the community and making sure that we're meeting their needs. So it's great to get in the cars, see what people are utilizing the service for. And, I've met elderly this week. Like she said, they're, have access to HEB now. They're getting their independence back. They're not having to worry about having a son or daughter come pick them up, take time off work to take them to HEB or to bring them groceries. They're getting their independence back where we can pick them up at the door. So a elderly woman that had a walker, she has mobility issues, so it's very hard for her to get out of the house. There's no way she would be able to. And, we try to connect people to Metro and to transit stations so they can get out in their community. Mm-hmm. They can, Metro is going to have a farther reach than we do in the third ward community. So we do want to connect to bus stations. But within local trips, these people with mobility issues, we can pick them up at their door, take them to HEB. They can do their grocery shopping independently. Once they're finished, they can re-request a ride in the app. We'll come straight to the front door of HEB, pick them up, bring them home. And, a lot of times even the drivers will take groceries to their front door. And then, it just makes their lives easier. They're getting, again, their independence back. And it's really good to see that feedback that it's needed in the community.
Yeah, this is a really great service.
This is one example of how we're helping. I mean, I met a young man yesterday that he, had a rough childhood growing up, kind of got down the wrong path, straightened up, learned his lessons, and now he's actually a mentor for children in the community. And I picked him up from work yesterday, and he was telling me about, he runs a summer camp at one of the,
Yeah, Jesse, I think you're touching on a lot of things that, we're all very interested in hearing. This is a really great service. Again, I think we might have lost Jesse, Carolyn. But for more information on where people can go to learn of this, Carolyn, where can folks go?
Okay, I want to let them know that it's Monday through Friday from 8 to 4. They would download the Ryde Circuit app. And I also want to let people know how important it is for the constituents to reach out to the District D office. We are always looking for ideas to help the quality of life of all constituents. And also these cars are electric, so they're environmental friendly. And so we're just really, really excited about it. And we want people to take advantage of it, but certainly download the app Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Then someone will pick you up at your door and take you to the destination of your choice in the third ward area. And so this is just such an exciting opportunity.
It is.
For those that may be challenged with transportation, or those who just may not want to drive at the time and they just want to get out and have somebody drive them, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great opportunity. And I thank Jesse and Ryde and Evolve and everyone again for what they have done to help this to bring better quality of life and to meet a transportation challenge for people in District D.
It is very exciting.
50,000 well spent.
It is very exciting. Carolyn Evans Shabazz, thank you very much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.